Video with Antoine Dodson, and you've had quite a week, I guess last week, with an incident that happened at your house, and now it's come into something totally different. Like, can you explain like what happened? Was anybody hurt at your house, or it was just you intercepted a potential problem?
Well, of course, Kelly was hurt, my sister, because they was in the room fighting, like literally throwing glass and running into TVs and radios. So it was a really big thing. Like just the clip of the video that was on the news, that they didn't get all what happened to that room. We took pictures in our cell phones because we was like really tripping. Like this happened. Like I can't believe this happened to us. You don't see this every day. You see it on TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could it happen to you?
Right. So it really was like a debacle. And then, I guess, did you call the police and the press showed up, or how did that work?
Actually, before I called the police, I called like 5 or 6 friends and family members first. And I was telling them, y'all need to hurry up and get here. There's somebody in the house, there's an intruder in the house. I'm really tripping, and they are really scared because my sister and my mother peed on themselves while we was in the hallway tussling with the dudes.
So it was a tense situation.
Yes, so we called the police. Eventually, they came out. We left that same hour when all that went down, and the police came out. They escorted us out. We went and grabbed our things, went to a relative's house or whatever. Came back out at 8 o'clock to talk to housing because that's when they open or whatever. She thought it was a joke. She was making fun of it. She was actually laughing in our face. You know what I'm saying? So prevent us from getting even angrier and blowing off on her, we just left. Came back to the apartment, started calling people, like everybody taking this a joke. We was calling investigators, you know what I'm saying, the news people. We was just calling everybody we can get in contact with that can help us. Investigators came out, did their little thing, and guess who you know pop up? WAFF 48 News.
Right.
We've been trying to get in contact with them. No one was answering their phone, so they just popped up, and it was crazy because we wasn't expecting them to. So.
And that was that the morning of the 29th? Like that was the following morning. Then they came out.
It happened at 3:10. They came out at 11.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So when they were doing their report on there, how did you just respond? You were still kind of hot from the whole incident.
Of
right?
course, yeah.
So was that how do you explain like your description, the stuff that got recorded onto YouTube now and everything? Because I know that there's a lot of like speculation, like, well, yeah, this horrible thing has happened, but they didn't know if you were being genuine or not in your response. But I mean, I saw it early on, and I just thought, it was interesting, your reaction to it. But was that a genuine reaction? Just sort of like because of all the tenseness, and it had been like 6 hours running into walls and stuff.
We were up all night. So it was like we talked about this over and over and over until WAFL decided they wanted to pop up. So she was talking and asking, was everybody okay? We like, yeah. She was like, well, do you want to say a couple of things on the camera or whatever? I was like, I sure do. I got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So when the cameras came on, I just let it have it. This was not rehearsed. This was straight out of anger. Like, I was seriously mad. I was so mad that I wanted to choke the camera, like literally. And the camera ain't do nothing to me, but I was just that mad. Like,
yeah. No, and you can see the emotion in there.
Yeah.
And now that first of all, have they found Guy? Like, you had his T-shirt and they took prints and stuff. Did they find the guy or?
No, they haven't found the guy yet. That's why it's still not safe to bring your kids out. They need to be hid. You know, hide your wives and your husbands because he still ain't caught. So.
Right.
But when he do get caught, we will let the world know.
Yeah.
You know, so your kids can come out. You know. But
well,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, tell me about what's ensued since then. I just saw the Gregory brothers remix of that.
Yeah.
It's like right now, it's basically right now, it's probably past 7 million now. I saw it like an hour and a half ago, and it was at 6.8 million hits.
Wow.
So, I mean, and a lot of people have remixed it. I mean, that was a good remix as far as I'm
Yeah, I
concerned.
thought so too. It was really, really cool.
But I mean, how are you dealing with what's happened since?
Actually, right now I haven't had a chance to deal with it, to be honest, because I woke up, I went to bed and nobody. Woke up, all of this happened. Woke up again the next day, and it's like, bam,
Yeah.
Antoine Dodson. Everybody knows him. And it's like all the offers had been coming in right then and there. So it was like, I just ran into it, you know what I'm saying? And it's still running into it. Haven't had a chance to like sit down and think like, man, you know what I'm saying? This really happened. You
Yeah.
know, like, wow.
Yeah.
We wanted our story to be heard. So
Yeah.
be careful what you ask for, because now the whole world knows. And now I'm glad, because I want the world to know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sweep situations like this under a rug. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a lot of complaints. Even before my sister attacked, it was a lot of people complaining about how people was getting raped in the projects, you know what I'm saying? And people just sweeping it under the rug and not talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The next day that happened, a lady came to us and was like, there was a man standing at my window, but I called my boyfriend, and he went to the window, and the guy left.
Mm-hmm.
Same projects the very next day. So I'm like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we need to do as people to keep our community safe? You know what I'm saying? Like, because nobody's talking about it now. I mean, the world knows, but here locally in Huntsville, it's like, okay, it's a joke. Everybody taking it to be a joke. It's funny to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm making their city look bad. I'm making their community look bad. You know what I'm saying? So I guess.
Well, I mean, that was maybe one of the arguments in there, of just public reaction right after. But like, you know, I saw it, and that wasn't the only opinion of it.
Right.
And now, you know, it's kind of, aside from, you know, thankfully no one got really hurt.
Right.
You know, it was an intrusion. You intervened, and things.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
You're right.
But the fallout from that, with this kind of explosion of interest, with, you know, with your description of what happened and how it's been dealt with on the internet.
Yeah.
So I mean, I see some of this from your Facebook. Is this from your Facebook, or what's happening with what are you doing with it now? Like it's your thing now, sort of. Like everybody's okay. Like, people need to watch out for, you know, this guy who's on the run. But I mean, as far as how you're dealing with it now, like with somewhat of a celebrity status.
Time out.